raise our creep balance. Thoughts split the sea, don't stream. In a world of black and white, we seek to blend. Understanding both sides, let the truth transcend. Stay in the great where perspectives intertwine. We seek the truth in the gray we define. In this podcast journey, minds open wide. Shades the truth on this impartial ride. A long time ago we started stumbling. Feels like this country's crumbling. The government is fumbling. A Congress that is fumbling. Both sides are always arguing. They all could use some humbling. And stop the world from tumbling. Rebuild the trust is plummeting. If ideas would start bubbling, our rapids could be doubling. And chaos would start slumbering. And people resume huddling. And talk about the trouble and concerns we're always juggling. Cooperate while snuggling. And quit the useless struggling.
Sorry, everybody. I was watching the NFL football game on my 165-inch TV.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
The studio has a fantastically large TV in here. And football season's back, right, buddy?
Yes, sir.
We did our draft last weekend. Trey's the commissioner. Did a horrible job, as usual.
I tried.
I'm just kidding. He's doing a great job. Let me ask you, did you read a book today?
Of course I did.
What book was it?
No, I'm just kidding. I didn't. It might have been a booklet.
Well, I didn't read a book either, and that's too bad because it is National Read a Book Day.
We missed that. Don't they know people have jobs?
How do you read a book? I mean, can you read a book in a day?
I'm sure you can start a book, maybe.
I mean,
it doesn't say read a whole book, does it? It just says read
I don't
a book.
know. Well, I guess you could read a page.
Yeah.
And
You read part of a book?
The back.
Exactly.
I read what it was about, and I qualified.
Okay, now to my headline.
Oh, you're so antsy.
Forgive me if I mispronounce this. Maharashtra boy.
What?
Maharashtra boy.
Okay.
I had to Google that because it's a boy from a certain region in, I think, India.
Oh.
So
okay.
He goes in for leg surgery.
Oh.
I don't know if this is really a bad thing. He went in for leg surgery. He came out circumcised. Probe on, it says.
Tell you what.
Is that a bad thing? You came out circumcised?
Some people believe that circumcision is a bad thing, but some people don't.
Okay.
I mean, I
like is it a bad religious thing or?
It started out as a religious thing, and in our country, in our side of the world.
Gotcha.
And in Europe, mostly, I think. No, we did a circumcision percentage on one.
Yeah,
show.
we did.
And it's us here in America that are a little bit circumcision heavy, if you will.
Yeah.
And it was something like
we are against anteaters.
Only like 15% weren't, or something crazy.
It was crazy.
Anyway, go ahead. So this guy got circumcised.
Yeah, he went in for leg surgery. He came out with. I guess he really didn't have a choice. It says boy too, so I don't know how old he was. So.
Well, it wasn't a girl.
Well, yeah.
So,
unless they snip too much.
Well, these days.
So yeah, that was my headline.
Okay, that was good. If I have leg surgery, I'll make sure I tell them not to touch my penis.
Just make sure they know which leg to
or
cut.
At least don't cut the penis off.
Cut which leg, yeah.
Touch whatever you want. My headline is simple. War dims hope for peace.
That's like one of your quotes.
yeah, I mean, this is a headline. War it's dimming hope for peace. Well, no shit. I mean, I don't mean to be the no shit Sherlock guy, but I'm going to say it.
But that was a no shit.
But these headlines are fantastic. I love them because it's just like what war, where, when, how, all that implies.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So, Trey and I on the show, we love to do a segment called, I do. I think Trey doesn't give a shit.
You're all about this.
Because he can control himself. But I have a problem when it comes to social media comments. I tend to...
comment on everything.
Spend way too long. Not just commenting, Trey, but commenting in a way that it shows a lack of maturity on my part, and I admit it. And I need to control...
That's the first step.
I need to control myself. If I'm called a bunch of names, just say thanks for the interaction and move on.
Like and subscribe.
That's what I should say every time. It's just like a signature at the bottom of your work email. Yeah. Like and subscribe. Thank you. And you know what? But the butthurt comments are just so. I haven't had any good ones, and so I'm not going to force them upon you. right?
Are they still the ones just calling me stupid?
Yeah, pretty. Yeah, the one guy's, but we don't know. They're like the one guy's stupid, the other guy's all right, and we don't know which one they're talking about. So, but it's all about it's the election, and there's still Trey. We've had 40,000 plays on this one TikTok video of that girl in her car, super hot. Not that matters, maybe a little bit, but she's filming herself talking about Kamala and why are we voting for this person? Well, why? The only reason she's heard is because she's a woman and she's black and all these things, and everybody's just lost it.
So you're saying they're coming out with good reasons why they're voting for Kamala? Is that what they're filling the comments with? No. That's
the problem. And I think I mentioned before that there was a young lady that tried, but I don't agree. And so that's the problem, is it just goes in a circle. And so I finally told a couple people, I was like, what are we going to accomplish here? What's the
end game?
Am I going to sit here? And then I think TikTok getting annoyed because they're like, you have a warning. I'm like, I didn't even say anything. Like, I'm in school. I'm like, I didn't do it.
Right.
And meanwhile, I saw a TikTok the other day. I was like, how is this not banned? I'm getting warnings, and this is... Anyway, so we're going to hold off on the butter crumbs until I'm challenging you people,
come strong.
To come strong. And you people, meaning our listeners, that could be any demographic, any sex, any gender, anything, any race. We love all of you. And I want all of you to equally come up with something good versus this bullshit.
That sounds fair.
Let's do news tonight, and here we go with the new. I'm a little bitter because that first one, apparently someone owns it. The fucking news jingle. Really?
Hey, that's how they make money, though. So I mean, I guess.
So I chose that one, and I spent way too much time today. So we may test a few out, but that Trey laughed at that one when I played it for him, and he laughed at it live here on the show.
It finished strong, though.
It finishes strong. Yeah. So let's do news. We have lots of news to get to, and it's some good stuff. And I say that every show. But Trey, did you know there's a cat?
I do know there is a cat.
There is a cat, and this cat was a pet to a family.
No shit.
In Laredo, Texas.
This is really cutting
Texas
news
story.
So
this is home.
Cutting edge news story.
Where's Laredo? Anyway.
East or west?
Yeah, whatever.
South,
Texas
maybe.
Is pretty big.
Yeah.
So this cat from Laredo, Texas was missing for almost 3 years.
Damn, okay.
Gone. And it ended up in Massachusetts. And it has a chip.
I was about to say, how'd they track this little bastard?
A chip. So I'm going to give them some credit. The Dakin Humane Society on social media said there's a skinny stray cat that was brought in, and here this microchip identified him as the name Shoto. Maybe that's why he ran away.
Hated his name.
His name was fucking stupid. Shoto was reported missing in Texas in early 2022. So the owner, Carla, she says she saw an unusual area code on her phone, which we all do. It's always spam.
Yeah.
She says she felt like something told her to pick this one up. And she said the following, Trey. No one but Shoto will ever know how he got to Massachusetts.
No one but
what he experienced or who he met along the way. It will be his secret for life.
Did Disney buy the rights?
Thank you. Did she think this was like Homeward Bound?
Right.
The fourth or Milo and Odo? Some of those shows, the animals.
Yeah.
But anyway, so cat found in I got to admit,
that's a long walk.
Probably what happened was somebody
in a car or
took it and it just somehow ended up there, and then the person didn't want it anymore or something like that. But what if it was a journey?
That's a wild journey. Yeah. That's a long time.
Hitchhiking.
Long way.
Hitchhiking. Nobody will know the stories except for
Shoto.
All right. You got the next one.
So, as we know, football season started yesterday. And there's already a hashtag boycott NFL trending.
Oh, here we go. Like when the kneeling happened?
Right.
All the boycotts?
Yeah. So, this is trending after the NFL played the Black National Anthem before the Chiefs and Ravens game.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, I did not see it.
So, critics are arguing that having the two anthems creates division. And I think we discussed that once
We
before.
have, for sure.
And of course, supporters see it as a move towards inclusivity.
Yeah. Nice. Well
it's
done.
a big word.
Well done.
I had to Google that. And still, in Googling it, didn't make sense to me as far as what inclusivity means.
Well, take the root word, inclusive.
Inclusive.
You know what that means.
No, I mean, I understand what it means now after I Googled it.
Okay.
But playing the song, I guess I don't understand how it refers to the practice of ensuring all individuals, regardless of their differences, feel welcomed, respected, and valued. So,
Well, everybody knows my opinion if you want it. It's the opposite of what you just said.
that's what I'm saying. Doesn't that make it more separate at that point?
I mean, I would think you're continuing to isolate yourself from everybody, not just white people, but everybody.
So the song has been performed in the NFL since 2020, but some fans voiced frustration and called for a boycott. Mm-hmm. So, do you think?
Well,
I mean, with this whole cancel culture, do you think the NFL is too big for that?
I'm surprised. Well, I think it's too big. I don't think that it's going to do much. It may do a little bit, but I think NFL's still going to make money. They're not going to lose money. There's too many fantasy football players and survivor pools and gambling.
And just a lot of money out there.
Look, we love our football in this country. We just do.
Right.
And it's number one by far. There's nothing even close to it. And I mean, you know how many people are so happy this last week, and I'm just like, you're in a better mood. Football started. Like, everybody just loves it.
So now that you mentioned that, side question: how close do you think college football is getting to it now with all the NIL stuff? You think it's catching up? I think college football has its own crowd that's probably almost equal. Yeah.
But it's not all the same crowd. I think
that makes sense.
I've met a lot of people that say they love college ball and don't like the NFL because college is a little more unpredictable. These are kids that make mistakes a lot more than the pros.
Right.
I'll watch a college game and then a pro game almost back to back, and it just looks like it's similar to college basketball in the NBA. You're watching a college ball game, and then all of a sudden you turn the NBA. It's just like a whole different.
Well, I feel like college sports seem like they try from start to finish in every game, where you see NFL and NCAA or NFL and NBA.
All the professionals.
They start coasting or they, take games off or whatever the case may be.
Well,
anyway.
It's because everybody's paying them $40 million a year to throw football.
So they're making business decisions now.
Yeah, and I'm not saying all of them because some of them do want to win. I mean, I could be getting paid that much and still have the same passion. I mean, that's just my character, but some aren't like that. And maybe it gets old and maybe they're getting tired. And
that's true too.
But I think with this national anthem thing, it's just kind of like it's not necessary. We got to move on. And that's, they did it during the Super Bowl. That's when you and I talked about it. Move on. There is a gentleman that I've followed now on YouTube. And I just started, so I don't remember his name at the moment. But this guy, by the way, cool-ass dreads. Like, I would have that if I could have dreads again.
If you were allowed to?
I was allowed to.
As your wife told you to cut your hair tonight already?
Yes, she kind of did. And this guy, a black man, like I said, is going off about it. He's like, why do we need this? It's embarrassing to some of us.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I'm not saying he speaks for all of them, of course, but he did. He said, look, why do we need this? I want to be an American. I want to stand up and put my hand on my heart for the national anthem because we're all Americans. This isn't 17 whatever, 18 whatever. This is now. And we're not going to move past it if we keep isolating each other.
I would love to ask a black military vet what they think about that.
Yeah, but that's interesting. So what do you think about the boycott? You think it's going to happen? I mean, like in any big, large number?
I can't imagine it happening. Yeah. There's too much money out there for that.
Too much money. All right, we'll see what happens. We'll keep you posted if the NFL can survive.
Yes.
Or if they continue to do it. I mean, they did it tonight. They don't do it every game. It was just a special game, I guess.
Maybe.
They're in Brazil. Or no, they were in Kansas City.
Yeah, they were in Kansas City.
Opening game, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, did you see that last play? Anybody listening, the last play was insane.
Of course.
It was to tie the game, and the guy's toe was on the line by like 2 millimeters. And
of course, I'm in fantasy football. Of course, I'm watching that.
Of course, you're watching that. So I'm going to give you thought I had it in my notes. It's not here, but I know enough about it, Trey.
Oh, okay. We're gonna wing it.
Well, it's very simple. It's Russia's President Putin. We all know and love. That's a joke, people. Get a butthurt. Ooh, maybe that'll get the butthurt comments going.
There we go.
I tell you, if I didn't say it was a joke, some asshole would be like, "You see." But President Putin has come out and said he has endorsed Kamala Harris for president.
So during his war on Ukraine, he sat down to decide.
Yes.
Let me officially.
He said his favorite is Joe Biden. But that Joe's not running, obviously, so he's going to endorse Kamala. And his reasoning makes sense, and it's what I say. Now, all of the Kamala people will say it's that he's joking, he's not serious. But I've said it all along, and so is everybody on the Trump camp. Trump is not going to put up with shit. And Putin literally said Kamala will not put as many sanctions on us. So we want her as president.
Really?
Sounds like what that means is Donald will. Right? He didn't attack Ukraine under Donald. He didn't do all this stuff. He's been planning, and he waited till we were weak. Just my opinion. But he came out and said it, and he made fun of her laugh, which we make fun of all the time. And I even put a clip up today. It was pretty funny. And so I just thought that was interesting that he came out. Do you think he's being serious, or do you think he's just kind of fucking with the U.S. right now?
Oh, he's got to be fucking with the U.S. right now.
There's no validity to it?
I can't imagine that, no.
I don't know. Like I said, I still think life is easier for him when Democrats are. When Joe Biden, I mean, yes, he's giving Zelensky all that money, and of course, being a pain in the ass to Putin, but that's it. I mean, Russia. I mean, it's not like Zelensky took it and did anything with it.
Anyway,
next story, Trey.
Okay, so I ran across a quick story in Indonesia about a 57-year-old woman named Hapsa.
Sure. It's a good Georgia name.
Was unfortunately killed by a 16-foot python while working on a rubber plantation.
Wow, 16 feet.
16-foot.
My goodness.
Python.
Okay.
Her husband found the snake still coiled around her body and managed to loosen its grip.
But it had already suffocated her, obviously.
But the cool thing is, a mob of villagers hunted down and killed this snake.
Well, good, but she didn't come back.
Well, yeah. But it says the incident is one of several recent fatal python attacks in the region, and Hapsa's body has been returned to her family for burial.
Are they going to bury the snake right next to her?
Maybe they had a feast with the snake. I don't know.
I don't know. Over there, they drink all that blood and shit. Didn't one of somebody from in that region said that did it drink the blood and eat the snake meat or some shit? I don't know. That's a lot of meat. 16 feet.
16 feet of meat. Yeah.
God. Well, what was her name?
Hapsa? You're way off.
Hapsa.
No B in
rest in peace, Hapsa. And
God
what was she doing? Just working at and all of a sudden, just I don't know.
The husband realized she hadn't returned and started going to look
a factory.
For her. No, out in a rubber field. Plant,
so she was outside. I was like, this thing got inside.
Yeah, a rubber plantation.
Okay, but she was out. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's why Trey and I are not going to Southeastern Asia, people, ever.
Or any Eastern Asia.
Northeastern Asia?
Yeah.
Japan. There aren't 16-foot pythons up there.
I hope not.
No. I think we were okay.
We're good?
I don't know. Why don't you just get there and be like, watch out for the pythons.
Right. Good luck.
Good luck. All right. This is funny. Okay. Do you ever play? I don't even know how to lead in. Do you ever play those games?
Yes.
Okay. Next story. This is about Rio de Janeiro.
Okay.
Which is actually in one of the football games being played tonight, right?
Right.
Brazil.
Yeah.
And they are known for being a little bit dangerous. Rio, right? Muggings and corrupt politicians, militias, drug trafficking, right? You kind of knew that a little bit. And now they're calling it a new enemy in the streets, and it's called plushies. Do you know what a plushie is?
I do.
You do. So
a plushie?
I had no clue.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
No.
No?
Whatever you're doing with your hands is not a plushie.
It's not a plushie?
Well, maybe that's because it's a claw. Okay, let me just get to the fucking point.
Okay, go ahead.
It's a joystick-controlled claw game that you know of that you try and get the stuffed animals with.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah.
It's a plushie.
Okay.
Or that's what they're calling it.
Okay.
Don't make that the butthurt comment, people. Don't give a shit. So those games, right, that you go to and you think, oh, this one's sticking out a little bit. I got this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And you spend $27 trying to get this $3 teddy bear. Apparently, they're outlawed in Rio de Janeiro.
So that's where they draw the line.
They're done. The Rio police carried out 16 search warrants targeting people with these machines. They are underground. People have them like
wow,
illegal
underground plushie syndicate.
Club. It's like fight. Like you got to go down.
Holy below. Shit! You see people underground with these machines
going and go like raids and stuff. And I kid you not. They also the people that kind of run these things are like gambling bookies. I mean, they run these things and they
claw machines.
Claw machines. I'm not
really.
Yeah, it's fantastic. There's a game of chance in this, so there's a chance of winning or losing, and so it's considered gambling, which is illegal, like it is here. But I don't think they view a 6-year-old gambling by playing a game. Down there, they do. So there are organized crime groups, which is what I just said, that also run like slot machines, which is gambling. And they do this popular game called an animal game, which is on the streets that are secret, like like speakeasy bars. You don't drink, so you don't. Speakeasy bars are kind of like they're not advertised. You don't.
Gotcha.
Really, you kind of have to know the people. You know who to know.
Right. Which store to go through.
You have to, yeah.
Secret knocks.
Yeah, all that kind of shit. And so they got 80 machines confiscated in May by themselves. 13,000 stuffed animals were confiscated. Hold on, I'm done with that number. There was a resident of Rio named Alessandra Labanati, 41 years old. She's very upset. She says she's been playing for 3 decades. She plays once a week with her friends, and they consider it an addictive hobby.
Okay.
She loves the adrenaline rush she gets.
How many stuffed animals has she won?
Imagine her whole house is like stuffed animals. No. By self-admission, she says she's mastered the technique and the skill of the game. So every time she sees one of these, she looks to see if there's something she wants, and she gets it.
Wow. So
she claims.
I want to see proof.
I want under the pressure, like standing there right next to her. Give me that
proof, yeah.
So she was very pleased to hear that the 13,000 stuffed animals that were confiscated, they were destined to be destroyed. Instead, the state lawmakers spared them and donated them to children.
I was about to say, why wouldn't they just donate those?
Well, they did. And so my point to this story and the end to the story, Trey, is we don't have things. Things aren't as bad in the United States as people want to make them. Some countries you can't even play the fucking claw game in the arcade. Right? Am I right?
That's people, fucking crazy.
We're bitching at each other for stupid bullshit, and this girl, Alessandra, whatever, was, her hobby, she's developed over 3 decades is just illegal.
Yeah,
she's out. So,
well, I've got something that I saw we can do in America. It's a new TikTok trend. We talked about a trend last week. We've got a new trend this week.
Oh, the pineapple.
The pineapple, upside down pineapple.
Yeah. Seems like TikTok.
And
you know what, TikTok, disclaimer, back off. I'm not that mean. And I keep getting these warnings like, you need to calm down. Well, we all know that.
Well, and after you hear this trend, I don't know how TikTok allows this trend and then fucks with us.
It gets enough. So they're like, okay. Go ahead.
This trend is called Vabbing.
Like vaping, but vabbing?
Vabbing, yeah. V as in Victor, A-B-B-I-N-G, okay, yes. Yeah. Vabbing. This is a trend on TikTok that involves people applying vaginal secretions to their pulse points, such as wrists or neck, as a form of pheromone-based attraction technique.
Like a perfume?
Yes.
So you're like, just, no, because women do that. They're like, oh, dab it right here.
Advocates of this trend claim it can help attract romantic partners by using natural body sense. Despite gaining attention on social media, the practice is controversial, with many questioning its hygiene and scientific validity. So
go demonstrate the process. Oh, my God. All right.
So you're getting the juices.
Guys, cut that.
You're getting the juices from the vagina.
Okay.
You're rubbing it on the neck. You're rubbing it on the wrist.
That was the chin you just did right there. I know you're used to
the neck.
Okay, the neck.
Yeah.
What other pressure points? Like your wrists?
Your wrist. Yeah. So just so we can be safe when we do this, Ryan, here are the basic rules of vabbing.
Okay.
Shower or bathe beforehand.
Got it.
Wash hands before and after.
Well, okay.
If you go to the gym, wipe down gym equipment before and after use.
Hello.
Now I've got to start doing that.
I don't know. That sounded hello.
Do not.
By the way, Trey doesn't. For anybody that doesn't handle, Trey doesn't wipe his machines when he works out.
I don't. Do not let the areas you vabbed touch other surfaces and people. So if you rub your vagina liquid on your arm, don't touch other people with that arm.
But what if the odor is not appealing? Why would you vab?
That's another issue right there.
I mean, we all know that we've smelled not so fresh areas. But you would think they would have the common sense to not vab in that situation, right?
Right.
Okay.
Well, here's another one. Common sense.
Okay.
Something we need to be aware of. If you're on your period, just wait.
Well, yeah, that's what I always do. I always wait until I'm off.
If you have an STD or any spreadable disease, do not vab.
Yeah, but if you follow the other rules, then it shouldn't spread, right?
Any unusual smell or bad odor.
Okay,
do not vab and go see your doctor.
That should be number one.
Yes.
I don't give a shit about the STD.
And then the last one is you do not need a lot of, and it's got a emoji of a cat and emoji of the little water drops for a successful vab.
Oh my God. This is a trending TikTok. So people will actually, what are they showing?
Basically, they're showing the woman turning.
No way.
Reaching down.
So they're showing the process?
Like away from you. They're not showing.
Well,
and then.
But still.
Yeah.
And I think I called somebody a dum-dum and I got a warning.
Exactly.
And
so all you need to do is rub your vagina and wipe it on your neck or your arm.
Maybe Trey and I will do a little vabbing during the next show. See if we can get some volunteers. If there are any ladies out there that want to vab on our show and be filmed doing it. And be made into a short and a reel.
Like and subscribe.
And then come in and let us know. We will. I'd love to see the process.
Yep.
I mean, I think I understand it, but I need to see it in person.
Right. No.
There are certain qualifications before you.
This is. I mean, I just can't imagine this. Yeah, I can't imagine this as a thing though.
That's insane. No, it really is. That's insane.
The things people do on TikTok.
Well, I really want to write him and go, okay, you're allowing vabbing, but why are you yelling?
Exactly.
At me? But do we have to get a certain amount of followers or likes or something before we can do anything we want?
Exactly.
We're getting up there. We're growing on TikTok, by the way, people. Go there and like us. I mean, if TikTok is your thing, I try and put a lot of stuff up there. Or Trey and I both put a lot of stuff up there, and our producers. So
we're big in Japan.
Just go there. It's China.
Sorry. I messed up the joke.
One of those places. And all right. Well, I don't even know what to. How do you follow vabbing? We should end it with that. Fortunately, we're not going into our main topic after vabbing. We're going to go to another story. I have a really funny. This is a very fast story. It maybe kind of has to do with it. There's a high school football coach named Rolando Ramos, and he coaches for the Figueroa Toros football team in Laredo, Texas. Wasn't the other story Laredo?
Yes.
What the fuck is happening in Laredo? And he's also a health and PE teacher.
Did he leave and end up in Massachusetts also?
The cat. Too many jokes. On August 19th, he called the police to report that $100 was stolen by the prostitute he hired. You can't even make it up, Trey. So they retrieved the $100 from her. They went and got her and said, you stole $100. We're not even going to take you. Just give us $100 back. They gave it to him, and then they
arrested him.
They arrested him and said, your bond is $2,500 for a solicitation of a prostitute. And he was released and placed on administrative leave by the student administration.
Holy shit.
The school.
$100, really?
Can you imagine the cop like, this guy just admitted a crime. Anyway.
If that ever happened to me, I would definitely let that $100 go.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Quick, simple, but you had to hear that story.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. All right. Did you have another one? Or are we going straight to
yours?
Last story. And this is I had no idea. I want to know if you've heard this, because apparently this has been going on for a long time with historians. That sounds just up your alley.
Of course.
Scientists, scholars.
I read a book about that, yeah.
Read today. Read a book day. And we're talking about Abraham Lincoln. Did you know that many of these scholars, historians, etc., believe that he was gay?
Yes, I have heard that. Yes.
How have I not heard that?
I have heard that, yeah.
I was like, oh, this is a huge deal. And then all of a sudden it was like, this has been argued for years. I'm like, what?
I have heard that.
Honest Abe?
Yeah.
He wasn't so honest if no one knew he liked the cock. But anyway, so these people are calling him like lover of men. Oh, no, I'm sorry. There's a documentary called Lover of Men. And It's out in theaters now. And it's the idea that our 16th president, that's the caption, had multiple male companions even after he married his wife.
Interesting.
And some claim that people refuse to accept it because we live in a homophobic society. And I don't think that we do anymore. I think gay is accepted now. I don't think that's
I don't think it's accepted as much as we would think it is, but you
still think it's out there, bro?
I think so.
Maybe that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think it's still out there.
I don't think it's out there as much as it was 30 years ago.
Oh, no. You're right.
I mean, I know for me, I don't even think about it.
No.
If somebody's gay, okay, cool. Like the guy at Best Buy the other day was obvious. I mean, it was completely obvious, and you don't even. I mean, the fact that I'm able to say it was obvious. I
mean, it's all over commercials now.
Yeah, it's not a thing. It's okay, great. It's not a big deal. So, so people are refusing to believe it. I don't know why. Some claim, why are we in his personal life? This is a guy that's dead. He was our 16th president. Who gives a shit? That's on. I think that's our camp. Who cares? But why is it so hard to believe? I'm asking you, why do you think it's so hard to believe that he had, quote, sexual pleasure from other men?
It's hard to believe.
Many other men.
I would honestly say I'd be surprised if there weren't more that just didn't come out, So
presidents or just people in general?
Presidents.
I just think people in general.
Well, yeah, people in general, presidents, powerful men that, they have to show that powerful exterior.
Was there a president that ever came out and said, hey, I do sleep with men?
Mm-mm. Just one that said that he didn't sleep with one. But
one that had to say he didn't sleep with everything.
Yeah.
Well, there's news for the night. I want to play it again. Let's do it.
That's horrible.
Ending strong, though.
Strong ending, yes.
All right.
Can we not cut the first part?
Maybe just a quick. I like the choo-choo-choo. So that was our news for the night. I hope you enjoyed those stories. If anybody doubts our ability to give you a little bit of everything, listen to this show.
Right.
But we got to move on to something serious, of course, that happened 2 days ago, Trey, from when we're recording this show. And it's another shooting. Fortunately, it's been a while. And when I say a while, I mean a couple months. That's not really that long, but for us, for the while there, it seemed to be back to back.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody's starting their conspiracy theories that it's elections getting closer. And so now the gun debate's kicking up, and which side are you going to take and which candidate's going to say what and all this stuff. But let me give you the details real quick in case you haven't heard them. It's Apalachee High School in Winder, Georgia. And I don't know where Winder, Georgia is, but I don't think it's Atlanta. I think it's probably in the middle, and it looked like it was kind of country in the middle of nowhere. And this guy, he was 14 years old. Mm-hmm. Colt Gray. It's a short name, Colt Gray. He killed 4 people. 2 of them were students and 2 of them were teachers.
Damn.
And injured 9, which is a lot of injuries. Fortunately, I always wondered injuries, like how more people aren't killed in those injuries. Well,
what kind of weapon was it?
I don't. That's the one thing they didn't say, and it must not have been an AR, whatever, because they would be all over it. I
could swear it was like a hunting rifle or something. But I don't remember it specifically.
Well, that gets us to the next point. Well, he was taken into custody, and that's the difference. One of the big differences in this shooting is that usually the
he didn't take his life.
Yeah, the person that shoots kills himself, which I'm all for usually. I think you need to do it before you kill someone else. Just end yourself. Or the police shoot him.
Yes,
or somebody else shoots him.
Well, they call it police suicide or something.
Yeah, but or people just get him, or they just get him. Yeah. Not that he wants to be killed; they just get him, or on the run or something.
Well, you'll see a lot of people like that turn and start pointing their weapon just to let the cops kill them.
Yeah, we talked about that too. Yeah. Assisted suicide by police or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Something like that.
But now they're saying, well, now we've got this guy in custody, and we may be able to find out a motive and kind of like get in the head of a kid. I mean, he's 14 now. He's no longer a kid in my eyes. If you shoot and kill somebody, you're an adult. You should be tried as such. That's my opinion. But the biggest thing here, Trey, and I think you and I were talking about this, is Georgia is one of the 42 states, at least, to allow the parents to be held criminally liable.
Good.
For the action. So I was going to ask you what you thought of that, but apparently we found out. And it varies state to state on the consequence. So some of them can be charged, and it's just a lesser penalty than, they're not going to get first-degree murder, but they might get involuntary manslaughter, which is this guy has 4 counts of, I'll just tell you, 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, 2 counts of second-degree murder, and 8 counts of cruelty to children, of course. I guess those are the injured. The deal with this dad is his name is Colin Gray, and it's based on what they use is whether he neglected the kid, whether he was aware of the kid's motives, his intentions. And in this case, they're saying he was aware that his child had a gun, that he carried it with him, that he was armed. So I think it might be a pistol. And
so the kid carried the weapon.
The kid carried it with him. Like,
interesting.
His dad was like, okay, well, we're a carry state, carry it. I'm not
14 years old?
I know. Well, that's the point. And so this guy, I don't think this guy's any good, obviously. And he supposedly knew a year before when Colt was 13. See how that math I did there? He's 14 now. A year ago, he was 13. He said on an online game that he was playing, he was talking shit, which we've also talked about before, that he would shoot up a school one day. Mm-hmm. And of course, it's supposed to be a joke, according to his father, according to whatever, because it was caught and FBI went to his home.
I was about to say, didn't the FBI catch it and
showed up?
So I'm curious to know how
his father said it was bullshit, told the FBI to fuck off. And
so they didn't?
They felt they were being treated like terrorists or whatever.
Gotcha. So did they not talk to the kid then?
No, I mean they did, but it wasn't like the father was pissed. They didn't. I mean they didn't get anything out of him. The kid's like, I was joking. I was just playing a game. And the father's like, get out of here. I mean, it was just one of those kind of things.
Because I was wondering how the FBI missed that if they had a chance to talk to him. But I guess he was on the radar, but it just...
Well, but maybe if you can't force somebody to say something at 13, and maybe he didn't think he'd actually go through with it.
Yeah.
But those were signs. Well, get this. So the dad goes, look, he's having a hard time right now. This is then. I'm separating from his mom. We got evicted. He gets picked on relentlessly at school, but he's doing good. It doesn't sound like a kid that's probably doing good, 13 years old.
So he carries a gun. He's getting picked on.
And his parents are getting divorced, and they were evicted from their house. Signs are there. This dad should be held liable in some way. Do you agree?
I agree, yeah.
Okay, so there's no... I was hoping there'd be some sort of like a back and forth here, but I think... I mean, like fully. You think he should jail time?
Well, I've heard family members come out saying that the parents failed him, let him down. So I have a feeling the parents knew a lot more than they let on. I mean, if they're letting a 13-year-old kid carry a gun around, especially if he's getting picked on, I mean, there's a lot of red flags right there, right?
Well, of course.
Especially if you know he's getting picked on, I guess.
If you let a 13-year-old kid carry a gun, no matter what, in my opinion.
I can understand maybe a BB gun at 13 or something like that, but why would he need to carry it around unless you're on farmland or something? And
Swiss Army knife or a mace or something.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking country living. If you're on a large farm or something, you want to carry a gun around, okay, but not
like
to
the
school.
Animals
yeah, but go shoot a tree or something like that, or a bird, but not carrying it to school or anything like that. I mean, the parent, I'm assuming. And I'm thinking logically, I'm assuming, would lock that weapon up nightly, wouldn't he? And before he takes it back out, why do you need it? What are you using it for? That kind of thing. Before you take the gun back out to give to a 13-year-old kid. But I don't know. I don't have kids, so.
Well, no, it's a great point because, are you basically saying, here's your gun, son?
Right. Or he sits it on the nightstand.
Put it on your nightstand. Put it in your drawer. Put it under your bed. Under your mattress, whatever, and it's yours. And defend yourself and be safe. If somebody comes in the house, you've got a gun. If we don't survive, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't think it's very smart. I don't think if someone can't drive a car, I don't think they should have a gun. Like at that age, I mean, I don't even think 16. And again, so the what we'll go into, and again, I always say it, we won't go deep into it because it could be a whole show on a lot of things. But the gun control, that's happening now. Both sides are going to say,
take away guns.
Got to get. It wasn't the guns, and the other side says, we've got to have stronger gun control. Go ahead, start. Do you have a solution, or which side do you think is more rational or irrational?
I like the fact they're going after the parent. Maybe that'll scare the shit out of the parents to start listening to the kids for those red flags. Plus, I don't understand why you're letting a kid that's able to carry a gun around at whim. Hopefully we'll hear more details, but it's like I don't understand why you're just letting a 13-year-old kid walk around with a gun wherever they want. So hopefully the parent gets punished well enough that it scares the shit out of other parents. So
no, I agree. I don't know if that was my question.
Did I go the wrong way?
I was just talking about in general.
Mental health. That's my thing. Mental health. That's what we need to focus on. You're always about
the mental health, but back to your point, because it is a valid point, and you wanted to key on it. I was just giving you shit, like I do. But the parents need to be held accountable, and we talk about that with gun control. There's more to it. It's not give us your guns or don't take my guns.
Yeah,
that's so stupid.
It's never going to happen. Too.
Either way, it's not going to happen, and it's like. There's going to be something. We have to come together on this, and parents need to be accountable. Some situations where the kids don't have parents, what do you do? Certain situations where the kid took the gun from somewhere else, what do you do? I mean, what do you do as a whole how do you respond to the left who says, and both sides, I'm sure have others that it should be case by case, but in this situation, usually it's the left that says, we've got to have gun control. And the right says, fuck you, Second Amendment, it's our guns. What do you say to each side? Do you say anything, or am I just completely, or is there nothing to say?
I don't think you're going to be able to take guns away from anybody, period. So, because obviously the bad guys is not going to line up to say, oh, since they're illegal, here's my guns,
Sure.
In this case, in a lot
what? Here you go.
Why don't we just start focusing on parenting again? To start listening to kids and maybe just ask them how their day went, just as simple as that, just to see if they can start confiding and hopefully catch those red flags before it's too late. That's what I would think.
Sure, for these teenagers that are doing this,
there
are adults that are doing this too.
Yeah, that's true.
The problem. So as a whole, for the kids, for sure, dude. I mean, that's like. that's as a parent of kids who are really, really young, it's just that you gotta. I mean, I just don't understand how a parent cannot be aware. I'm aware of every movement that they make, and it's just like, can you not see the sign here that there may be an issue?
Well, even as an adult, I mean, you talk to your friends, you talk to your siblings and stuff like that are adults. You know if something's off.
Yeah.
You know people. It's like, just talk to people, find out what's going on, and if you have somebody that carries guns and maybe he's a little off or having a bad year or whatever the case may be, is just check in on them. Can
I have those guns? Can I see your collection?
Right.
But as far as the people that are saying get rid of the guns, you just can't take them up. But I think you can have strong regulations, and the right side doesn't like me saying that either, because heaven forbid I act in the middle here. We can be tough, but it is a fact that the cities that have the strongest gun control are the most gun violent. And so don't tell me that gun control is what we need. I'm going to end with that on my end. Some of the cities that have the most gun violence have the most gun control.
Well, and it's the people that are following all the gun rules are not the people you have to worry about.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Exactly the point is that in those spots, it's the people that have issues that have the guns.
Right.
And the people that are abiding by the law don't have any guns.
Right.
So the people with the guns are like, it's like a free-for-all.
Right.
And I think that's the problem in those cities. But so that was it. I also think that at schools, when it comes to the these schools being shot up, create jobs. Put security officers, police officers in every freaking school if we have to do it. And people go, well, that's not the solution either. We don't want to arm. You're adding a gun to the school, like from a trained, a security officer who is there to protect.
Right.
I guarantee you, if put myself in the head of these psychos, if I know that the school is protected by somebody, I'm probably going to choose a school that's not.
Yeah.
If they're all being protected, then we're good to go.
Well, and quick side note, I mean, my girlfriend's told me many a times that Sweden has gotten rid of guns, right? But she still reads daily about, gun violence and somebody gets shot and stuff like that. So it's not like they go away.
Right.
It's just the bad people end up with the guns and the good people don't have any to defend themselves. So
people bring them in. People know where to get them. It's underground with the claw machines.
Right. Just like the war on drugs, They stopped and said, oh, shit, my drugs are illegal now. Here you go.
Yeah.
So
it's very tough, but we wanted to bring the shooting up. I don't like talking about them, but you got to do it, and hopefully everybody can sit down and not spit at each other, and especially in an election year, which is what I think is going to happen. And I haven't read a lot, but I'm worried it's going to happen in the next couple of days.
Yeah.
So anyway, how about we step away from that? Do you have a famous Trey list of things, or a top 10, or a?
I actually found some fun facts. I started reading through them.
Or fun facts,
and they actually made me LOL. So
like by yourself?
Laugh out loud by myself. Yes. So this is just a list of fun facts.
This is what I know.
Dun, dun, dun.
Fun facts. Fun facts for what?
Just random fun facts. Just super random. And so, So the first one is the founder of Match.com lost his girlfriend to a man that she met on Match.com.
Irony at its finest.
You like that?
I like that one.
Charlie Chaplin once entered a Charlie Chaplin lookalike contest and didn't even make the finals.
No, really.
And so did Dolly Parton.
In a Dolly Parton contest?
Yes.
That's funny.
Yes.
I wonder, what would you do if you went out there and here's my ID, I'm actually Dolly Parton.
Right.
You dumbass judges.
Yeah. In 1985, a man in New Orleans drowned at a party thrown by lifeguards.
All the lifeguards are fucked up.
The party was being thrown to celebrate a year at the pool with no drownings.
that. Look, people, we're not laughing at the people that the person that drowned. We're laughing at how they drowned.
Yeah.
We've had to give that disclaimer quite a bit on the show. You've got to be shitting me. So they were celebrating
lifeguards.
We didn't have lifeguards. The whole 100 fucking lifeguards. We didn't have a drowning this year, guys.
Where's Bill?
Way to go. Bill float at the bottom. What's on the bottom of that?
Who's watching Bill?
That pool down there.
In 1976, we were very young at that point. Barry Manilow.
Excuse me, I wasn't even thought of.
Barry Manilow sang a song, a hit song called "I Write the Songs," but he didn't write that song. So,
okay, fair enough. That one was kind of stupid, but funny.
315 entries in Webster's 1996 dictionary were misspelled.
Nuh-uh. Really? 315? I wish it gave you a total. Like how many, but still, look, it's the dictionary.
Yeah. I'm going to save this one for the last.
Right, okay.
A 10-gallon hat.
Better be good.
3/4 of a gallon. Cheesy,
but don't call it a 10-gallon hat, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, not the last one. The owner of Segway died.
What's Segway?
Huh?
What's Segway?
Those little 2-wheel things, almost like think of a little scooter that's electronic, so you can move it around. So you don't even know what a Segway?
No, I'm glad I asked because I guarantee you half the people don't know.
Well, the owner of Segway died while riding a Segway.
No, that can't be true.
So, and this last funny one, a Canadian university gave out condoms with a safe sex message.
Okay.
Stapled to them. The staples punctured the condom, making them unusable.
Did they find out after when all of a sudden?
I guess there's a baby boom of Canadian babies out there.
All of a sudden they're like 90% pregnant.
God damn it!
You walk around campus, they're all pregnant.
Yeah. Safe sex message. Yeah. So yeah.
It reminds me of like Laffy Taffy candy when you had the jokes on the inside, and said this has like a message, like
right.
Yeah. Don't bang her unless you love her. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
All that bullshit. That was your list?
That was my list, yeah.
That's pretty good. I love fun facts like that because it's just like there's so many of them, and it kind of sums up what we do on this show, which is just talk about anything and everything first off, but we talk about humanity and our society and how it's just like most people wake up, and I'm kind of going off here, Trey, but most people wake up in the morning and it's just like they have their day, they have their routine, they have their job, they have their bath and shower, brush your teeth routine or whatever. And they go and they have lunch and then they have dinner and they watch their favorite shows and fantasy football.
And they go to bed at a decent hour.
Except when we record. But then you look and you hear these stories and you're going, this is really out there. And then you get facts like that where it's just like, really, the guy that did the scooter died on that. I'm just calling it a scooter. The scooter died on a scooter.
I can't believe you don't know what a Segway is.
Well, I know what a scooter is, and I'm going to call it that. It's a motorized scooter, right? Essentially.
I know if you've been to the malls, you've seen that.
Okay.
Fine.
I'm gonna go look it up. Right?
Okay.
Please. As soon as we're done, I'm gonna go look it up, and I'm gonna get one because they sound kind of cool. Yeah. Maybe that's how we should roll into our next appearance.
It's these mall cops that drive them around. If you have been in the mall,
like Bart. What was that one?
There you go.
That's what that is? Okay.
Yeah.
What was that movie? Kevin James.
Yes.
Great movie.
Yes.
Bart, mall
something
cop.
Mall cop. Yeah.
But I mean, it's just those funny comments, like the guy that did invented the forklift died from forks, or something like that, stabbed by a fork. I mean, it happens. It's out there.
Yeah.
And that's what we're here to give you.
Yes, that's how we roll.
With a little bit of serious,
smidge.
School shootings and Hamas and election and abortion topics and things like that. But I think that's what people need is, let's talk about serious stuff. But you know what? There's some
a break from it too.
There's some funny stuff too. I mean, if you told me that there was a country that outlawed the claw game to get a stuffed animal, And it was serious, and they almost put 13,000 of those to sleep. But they did unstuffed them. They unstuffed those fuckers, and I think that it lightens it up a little bit for us. And
just a little bit, yeah.
We want to give you some serious, but also hopefully you enjoy the funny. So like and subscribe, all the usual, every social media platform, blah blah blah.
And send us a butthurt comment.
I challenge you to send, even if you don't disagree with us. Say I don't disagree with you, but you're stupid. Trey, comb your hair, or Ryan, get back on the treadmill. You need to lose 10 again. Well, I admit it. I need. I'm 10 down from where I need to, or 10 up from where I need to be. Or you stop with the stupid news thing. Who cares? Give us something good.
Yeah.
And on that note, I will give you a quote in the evening, and it's about relationships. Trey.
Uh-oh.
And I forget which one I wanted to do. But I'll do this one. When we're together, or
me and you?
Well, I'm going to say somebody else, but when we're together or when we're apart. Now, this isn't the one I want to do. Fuck this one. That's so stupid. Why did it go? I
wanted to hear what it was when we're together.
All right, when we're together, what was it? When we're together or when we're apart, you're the first thoughts and first in my heart.
There we go. That's cute.
No, it's dumb. But I had it up here, and I think it. All right, here we go.
We're gonna go vab together.
God, I gotta get vabbing out of my head. If I could reach up and hold a star for every time you've made me smile, the entire evening sky would be in the palm of my hand.
Oh, we're gonna make out after this.
You thought I was talking about you. That's
you were looking deeply into my eyes after that one.
That one was a good one.
That was intense.
Right?
Say it again.
If I could reach up and hold a star.
Oh, hold me.
For every time you've made me smile.
You're welcome.
The entire evening sky would be in the palm of my hand.
Oh.
God. We definitely have to vab right now.
Absolutely.
All right. Love you guys. See you
later.
Next time. God. Vabbing.
I'm sticky.
You're always sticky.
No bias here, just the facts and the fair. We look at both sides, do our best to compare. In this podcast realm where we compromise, balance is key and the facts don't lie. Stay in the great where perspectives intertwine. We seek the truth in the gray we define. In this podcast journey, minds open wide. Shades the truth on this impartial ride.
Do you think Abraham Lincoln started the vabbing?
Oh, that's a good observation.
And it's just now made it to TikTok.
With all the other boys? Yeah, all his other boys. Yeah.
Hanging out.
That's a possibility.
Do you think that the guy that shot him was like a jealous boyfriend or something?
Oh, that's good.
Look.
Conspiracy.
There's a lot more to Abraham Lincoln than anybody ever thought.
Apparently.
Honest Abe was anything but honest, right?
Not to the right guy.
Do you have anything else to add?
No.
Oh, yeah. Fuck it. All right, we're out here. Love you.
Later. It's a little remix.